So George, this is from Evike and there's no evike.com written on the box. So have they given up on the evike.com branding? I don't know, because this is from them. Okay guys, welcome to the channel. George is actually joining us today. Cheers George. Thanks for turning up. I don't know, he's in a weird mood. We've moved to the new house, he's still adjusting, you know, bad mood George always, but bad mood especially at the moment. Guys, so let's get opening this mystery box. So this one is from Evike. I know I do a lot from Evike. I'm really hoping I'm not going to get a base box. Although, with this one, I kind of do hope I get a base box. More on that in a second. So this is from Evike. This actual box is the Flash edition, so it's one of the ones that pops up. It's not kind of like pre-warmed. I prefer the Flash editions because I feel like I've kind of won something or like got there first, or I don't know, when I actually get a Flash edition as opposed to one of the ones where it says, hey, it's releasing in 2 days. Although the competition of getting it in the first minute is quite fun as well. Anyway, this one was a Flash edition. This one's actually called the Lantac Flash edition, I believe. The technical name of this one is the Box of Awesomeness Flash edition, in brackets, EMG Lantac Special Premiere. Now, EMG is Evike Machine Group, so it's kind of like Evike's, you know, custom or kind of Evike's own manufacturing. So they team up with other manufacturers and they create kind of EMG guns. So they're kind of supposed to be better than out of the box, kind of slightly upgraded. They are a bit more expensive, but I think EMG this year released a gun called the Lantac, which actually I think is more of an M-Lock M4 kind of style gun. That one actually was released at SHOT Show, and so as part of that being released for SHOT Show, they did an Evike Box of Awesomeness. So this one was actually not that expensive. It was kind of more on the kind of standard realm of the price. $230, so George was pretty happy because that means that there's enough money left over for treats. Treats? See? He likes treats. Anyway, $230, and actually there were the exact, no there weren't, there were 216 boxes. I was hoping there were 230 boxes there. But there were 216 boxes, so not a huge amount. Now, what I found really interesting when I saw this pop up, and the reason that I was like, I'm buying this one, is that there are two forms of this Lantac gun. There's a shorter version, there's a longer version, and out of the 216 boxes, 100 boxes were the short version, and 100 boxes were the long version. So there's only 16 boxes that aren't a Lantac. Obviously the Lantac's brand new, so I haven't got it. I have got a lot of other airsoft guns. So I was like, you know what, it's worthwhile just having a go, in which case I'll hopefully get a Lantac. Otherwise there's 16 other boxes that had pretty good prizes in them, and they were the kind of winner boxes, so not the base box. So even the base box in this one was interesting. There's no way I've got it. It's a new gun that is interesting, and hopefully I can do a review on it. So in a way, guys, as I said before, I am kind of hoping to get a base box in this one. Good to get that. Sorry, that's my... Alright guys, I'm back to this. Sorry, we just had someone ring at the doorbell, which means obviously George had to make sure that there was no one attacking or trying to steal the Lantac box. Alright guys, so I'm going to open this up. Today I actually couldn't find a knife, so I'm going to do the scissors. So I'm going to open this one well, actually it was kind of like a good condition box, but it hasn't been taped that well. That's something I have actually noticed. I don't really need scissors with this. One thing I have noticed with Evike recently is the boxes, you know, we had the branded ones, which were great, but the boxes generally have always come with, you know, one corner open or part of the box that is kind of slightly exposed or tape that's not quite stuck down. So I don't know if that is just kind of, there's a new packaging system at Evike, but definitely the risk of getting a damaged item seems higher, although I haven't actually got something that's been that damaged yet. Okay, right, so we go with the traditional, that's the shipping label. We're going to look, there is some kind of ready paper. I think that's might be what it is. Right, first thing, I'm excited because it says AW Custom on it, which I think means that it's going to be a pistol. It means it's going to be a good one. Okay, so it's an Evike that almost looks like a 4th of July, kind of American colours, stars and stripes. Bit of a different one. Got a lot of Evike stickers in the past, but not this one. So value of this, I think, is $0. So $0 start off with. This thing is An AEW custom, right guys? So I'm quite excited. I don't have well, I do have a lot of pistols, but I don't have a huge amount of AEW custom ones. This thing feels cool. So it's kind of more that Glock style, which I really like because I've got a lot of Glock mags. I've got my AAPO1, so I've got a lot of mags for that, and I actually recently got a Tokyo Marui Glock 26, which I'm obsessed with. I don't know if you guys have ever held one of those, but it is basically the same kind of dimensions as a regular Glock, but it's just a lot shorter and more stubby, so it feels great in the hand, and you can still use the regular Glock mags in it, which make it feel like a normal Glock. It's just lighter, more compact. I love it. Anyway, onto this. This feels really cool because it's almost that Glock style with the Picatinny rail underneath, and then it's almost got like a skeletonized top rail. Top rail feels... yeah, metal, aluminium. The actual base part, the grip of the pistol, the trigger guard, etc., that feels plastic. So that's all going to be plastic. This part, top part's going to be metal. I would say just feeling this, it feels cool, feels good, like it would work well, but I do think it's going to be probably one of the cheaper options that they make, just based on looking at it. So it says AW Custom Training Weapon System. Mag fits well. Yeah, slide locking back, that's fine. And it's got the kind of, obviously that's kind of a cool actually trigger guard. I do like that because it's quite ergonomic. You know, actually if you've got your second hand over the top of your first, if you're holding your pistol this way, kind of gives you a little ridge there for that as well. Also it's got this kind of trigger safety, which is the Glock kind of standard style trigger safety. Generally, I'd say the action's pretty great, guys. So I'm happy with that. This one is green gas, so it is not your CO2, it's a green gas. The model on this is called the VX7200. So we don't know the price of it yet, but I would say to start off with, guys, I'm pretty happy. I know AW Custom do some good weapons. I've got some kind of like drum mags and stuff from them before, so I've actually got a Glock drum mag which would fit that. So pretty happy. Guessing on price, I'd probably say around 150. We'll see if I'm right or not. Okay, next thing. Ooh, this is kind of cool, but also probably a marketing or kind of licensing nightmare. Little kind of tin target, shaped like a can. And being shaped like a can, they've obviously ripped off the Coca-Cola branding and written evike.com on it. Obviously legally, I'm sure they've checked that and it's fine. But it's quite nice to have a different one. So actually I've got a load of just the Evike standard ones. I've got a different one, that's pretty cool. Next thing, I've already got one of these and they are awful. You can see with this one already, I mean, I don't even want to open it up, I'd rather just throw it in the bin. It is obviously a full face protector, it's like a mask, it's got kind of like built-in mesh goggles. Mesh I used to use when I played airsoft. If you've watched the channel and some of my earlier videos, when I used to play in 2008, 2009, that's all I used. I know that George has abandoned us. I know that the rules, not the rules, but I know that the safety requirements have changed quite a bit, and I know there is a chance that BBs can fragment and go through there. So I use Oakley's kind of standard ballistic goggles now, or sorry, glasses, so that I don't have that risk, and they are also just a lot better on my face. This obviously gives you full face protection, gives you some neck protection, but it's built awfully, and actually it's bent already. I think the last one that I got, some of the fasteners had cracked already. So I would say if you've got a friend and you're like, hey, you want to play in the garden, maybe lend them this. Otherwise, I wouldn't use it in a game, and I wouldn't use it myself. So for me, that's worth $0. I'd probably say $20 is what they're going to ask for that. Okay, so I think we've got one more. Oh, I got a second little tin can thing. So again, a bit of a different one. Evike.com, different brand to the one I had previously. So not too mad with that. It's usable, let's put it that way, I can use it. Right, this is the last thing. And I can see from looking at the screen in front of me, it's a white box, which makes me think it's one of what I'm looking for, which is the Lantac. Right. I actually just knocked my phone on the floor, so let's see if the screen is cracked, because that looks bad. Mask, they've released, or relaxed, sorry, a lot of the mask rules in LA, but actually some of the numbers are creeping up again. I hate to kind of say it, Useful to have. I'm sure they're probably trying to get rid of a lot of their masks, because it's looking, hopefully, like we're going towards the end of the pandemic. But actually I've got a little drawer, keep a load of masks in there just in case. It's just useful to have them. Wouldn't have had that before the pandemic, but now let's do it. Phone, not cracked. It's got a little chip on the edge, but not cracked. Okay, so guys, George, sorry. Okay, I think he's trying to get back on his chair. He wants the attention, guys. I apologize. Sit. Thank you. Very rude today. Okay, guys, so it's what we thought, and actually it is looking to me like this is the shorter version of the Lantac. It has actually got some tape here, so I'm going to use this to open the tape. So I have watched actually a couple of other unboxings of this, guys, which you may have done as well. And a couple of the other unboxings I've watched, I've actually noticed something. I think it was actually maybe C7 Viper's video that I saw it in. But one thing that he'd seen, I think from the Reddit comments, is that it seems the reason that they did this, or released a load of their brand new, pedigree gun that you'd think, why are they trying to give away loads of these in base boxes? The reason we think is that there is an error on the gun. So in some of the branding and markings, I think where they've written Fort Worth, they've actually spelt it wrong. So in a way, I was kind of like, oh, that's annoying. They're kind of like trying to pass off this gun to other people, it's not made right, etc. But I actually thought about it and I was like, oh, this is a new gun and it's actually any good, being the main thing. Is it any good? It could be kind of cool and rare almost to have one of the first ever error things, like a Pokemon card or whatever, where you find there's an error on it. So I was like, actually, it's kind of good that we've got that, because they actually may almost sell for more money. Probably not, but we'll see. Okay, guys, so it is the Lantac. Right, so, obvious it's the Lantac. George. Okay, so George isn't impressed. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want it. It could be because it's rivaling him in size. I don't know if you can see this, but it is pretty compact. This actually reminds me a lot of my G&G, what is it? It's the SR15. Yeah, I think it is the SR15, where it's kind of that shorter, compact. I've got the Umbrella Armory, kind of upgraded one. But it feels good, guys. I mean, like, it feels solid. It's got kind of like a quite a nice, solid crane stock on it there. In terms of battery space, oh, that's kind of cool. So it's got a catch right here, guys, which is going to be the release of the battery. And it's got one that actually stays attached and is on a hinge. I think these could go wrong. Obviously, if it snaps off, that's going to get annoying. But actually, just not having this to be like, oh, where is this when I'm in the safe zone and trying to change my battery or check it, I love that. So well done, Evike, well done, EMG. That's really good that you've done that. Wired to Deans, thank you. Okay, guys, so we're seeing more and more of it. Actually wired to Deans, not Tamiya. All of my LiPo batteries, I think, are actually Deans, apart from maybe one or two, and I try and find those. It's a nightmare. But looking at this, it looks pretty standard for what I was expecting. We have metal upper, metal lower, M-lock rail, which actually just feels good. I love M-lock, as I'm sure you're aware if you've watched the channel. Flash hide is cool, and actually it's got the little orange attachment on it, but it looks like you can kind of remove that once you've bought it. I do like the fact that it's not a full orange flash hider. One annoying thing that I find is if you're having to buy a brand new flash hider, wait for it to arrive, find one that's like a good copy of the actual gun, then it's annoying. So with this I can just remove it and I have a flash hider that's black and I can use it in game. Love that. You've got a little sling mount here. The trigger's pretty cool. If you look there, it's actually like a flat trigger. So it's got kind of like a cool movement. It kind of pings from the top there. Standard single side selector switch. Okay, so it does hold back the slide there, to the cover to your hop up. Kind of a standard wheel hop up unit right there, up and down. This is not going to release it doesn't seem. There we go. Okay, so it is releasing it. It was a little bit hard to push, but actually your cover is released. Slide cover's great, so that's all working fine. See, that does hold sometimes. It's not like releasing properly there. Okay, well that might be not an issue because it's not going to do much. It almost looks like it's not fully aligned right. So it's not releasing properly every time that I'm pushing the slide release. Okay guys, so one thing that we do know is that I'm correct. So C7 Viper's video, all the guys that have done the videos, you can see here, W-O-R-Y-T-H. So instead of Fort Worth, they obviously wrote Fort Worth, or whatever that is pronounced like. So, not great. But it is kind of my collectible, you know, I'm excited to have it kind of style thing. Two-sided slings here. Generally, guys, I'm pretty happy. I would say, looking at some of the early feedback on this, it's a good gun. It is definitely worth the 200 bucks that I spent on it, and considering I'm getting all this extra stuff. Looks like you're getting kind of a standard mid-cap magazine, bag of BBs, which is fine. That's empty. Actual Allen key, useful. And actually, that's cool. So I think that's going to be the actual user kind of, what is it, the what do you call it, the brochure or whatever it is to like kind of learn how to use it. So that's useful and pretty cool. And actually that's going to be it. So guys, a cleaning rod, and that is it. So guys, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what the value is of this. As I said, it's going to be one of the base boxes. There were two base boxes, 100 each, and it was the bigger and the smaller Lantac. And so I will let you know the value of what we have. Right, so we got the Lantac SF15. So in terms of the value of this sells for $330. So I've made 110 bucks already, $100 already just on this gun. So worth it, yes. Obviously this is an EMG product, so I don't know what they produce it at. I presume it's cheaper than what they're buying from other retailers. But $330, I think, from what they're saying, that's kind of in line with the performance you'd expect from a $330 gun. I was actually too high on this. This pistol, which is the VX7200, 7200, this one's only $109, so that makes a bit more sense just based on, thought about 150, that's 109. So that takes us up to $439, and then apparently this mask thing is $41. So I said 30, which I think is an absolute rip-off. I would not spend more than $10 on that, probably not even that. So we're gonna try and say that I'm not gonna give that the full $39 value. So if we were at $439, let's give it $11 value. So basically guys, $450 for $230 spent, $120 in kind of extra value. I'm really happy. Again, this is one that I'm really happy with, guys. It is, again, another base box from Evike, but it's a base box I'm happy with. And so I'd like to know from you guys. Please subscribe, please like, help the channel, yeah, all that stuff. But I'd like to know from you guys, actually, would you be happy with this box? And if you've had experience with the Lantac, let me know if you're impressed with it or not. I'm going to do a review video of this fairly soon. So if you have any specific questions about what it is, what it performs like, etc., let me know that as well. But I'm excited. Let's see what this thing does. George? I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Actually, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 mystery box rating. Not because it's the biggest value, but actually in terms of satisfaction, I'm very, very happy. 5 out of 5 Badger rating. George? Looking around as if he doesn't really care, is not that impressed. It's too small, eh? He's trying to compete with you. Small bundle of joy. All right, guys, so George is going to give it a 3, as usual. He just gives it a 3. Everything's average, everything's normal. 5, 3, 8 out of 10. Really happy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've got another one of these coming up. Might just film it straight now, actually. But as always, guys, let me know what to make better on the channel. Let me know how we can improve stuff. And see you on the next one. Bye.